Hello, I'm Stuart Rossenthal with the Beacon Newspapers, and I'm here today with Pat Campbell, CEO and founder of Olina Life. Olina Life, O-L-I-N-A, is a new CBD product company, and I'll let Pat tell us something about it.
Great. Thanks, Stuart. Olina Life is a new CBD product company, though I like to really think about it as almost a service company. Our mission for the company is really to educate people on the CBD market, which is very much the Wild West right now, very much like the cannabis market was 5 and 6 years ago. And I had a mission a year ago to want to come out and really educate the population on a lot of the myths that are out there, the misconceptions, but bring forth what CBD can really do in terms of helping your life. Our model is a little bit different. We educate women, mainly women, though we have some men as well. We call them guides. We put them through a strict training program, and they become our evangelists out there in the market to educate other people in the market. So it's sort of viral.
Let me just take us back a step. So tell us something about CBD, what exactly it is, why it's helpful, or whatever we need to know about it.
Okay, great. Good point. So CBD is one of what's called a cannabinoid. You'll be hearing that word a lot in the coming years. It's one of the cannabinoids in the hemp plant. It has been around for thousands of years. The Chinese have used hemp in medicinal purposes for many years. It was outlawed in 1937, and there's a whole history and story behind that. So it has been used very much so, the hemp plant itself, for a lot of medicinal purposes as well as other products, paper, fabrics, things like that. CBD comes from the flower of the hemp plant. It can be extracted out from the flower, and while the FDA will certainly not sit here and allow me to say that it can improve your health, in fact, 10 million people are taking CBD today, and those 10 million people will tell you that it helps with things like inflammation, anxiety, and sleep. Those are the 3 top things that people will tell you that CBD has really helped them. So it's extracted from the plant, and then it's put into different forms, depending on how you like to take it, kind of no different than Tylenol comes in liquid and pill form. And it's, like I said, really helpful in terms of what people have said on those 3 particular items.
So are there any official studies going on, or have there been any to evaluate those kinds of claims?
Let me go back and mention one other thing about CBD that's very, very important. CBD does not include, most of the CBD products do not include THC. THC is what makes you high. THC as a product is only available in a few states from a legal standpoint. So CBD does not have any of that. The hemp plant does have some THC in it, but that's extracted out as we make these CBD products. So that makes it legal on a national level and does not give you the high. So that's a really important consideration.
So I have read that there are a number of, in fact, thousands of products out there on the market now that have come up in the last year or two, and people have said some of them are not properly labeled, they might have contaminants, they might actually have THC and they're not supposed to. So there's some bad players out there, perhaps from other countries and perhaps locally, who are doing these kinds of things. How do customers know what's the good stuff?
It's the best question you can possibly ask, and part of the mission of why I went into this, because on the cannabis side, I certainly saw that as well. Black market products. It's really an issue with the vaping market right now, right? And I think that this is all going to come to the fore. I don't want CBD to end up like the vaping market. So you're absolutely right. Amazon did a test about 6 months ago, tested 10 products that were being sold through Amazon. 8 of them had no CBD, and the other 2 didn't have the amount that they said. CNN just did a special on this just about a month ago, where they talked about a lot of people getting sick, and they said they were getting sick. The people were saying they were getting sick because they were taking CBD. So CNN then went in and tested the products that these people were taking, and they didn't have CBD, even though the product said that. There were spices from India that people were taking, all kinds of just weird things that were in there. So how do you avoid that? Absolutely. So the products that we came out with, and this was critical to me, are tested before, after, during, to make sure you can take your product to third-party testing. It's the most important thing that you can do in terms of buying a product. So every one of our products has a QR code on it. That QR code takes you to a 14-page test result done by a third party that tells you exactly what's in it, how much CBD is in it, that it doesn't have pesticides. Of course, our testing would show that it doesn't. Heavy metals, because all of those things have been found in these products. So it's not just testing for how much CBD is in there, which is critical. I have a lot of people who say to me, oh, I tried CBD and it doesn't work. And I ask them to send me the label, because I can tell a lot by the label. And I'll look at the label and the whole bottle will have 100 milligrams in it. That'll never do anything for you. It's not enough CBD to make any difference. So understanding the label, understanding how to read the label, and insisting on having that testing report, I would never buy a product that didn't come with a test report to it.
A number of older adults have been using over-the-counter pain relievers or prescription opioids for their pain or other problems they have, and they've become addicted. They've had very serious problems from it. Is that possible with CBD, and can people find a way to avoid that?
So you'd asked me actually a little bit before about any studies that have been done. Actually, Israel has done many types of studies. They're way ahead of the US. The problem is it wasn't legal. Hemp wasn't legal until 2018. So the only clinical studies that have been done have been for a product called Epidiolex, which is being used for epilepsy in kids. The dosage is 4,000 times what you would buy in an over-the-counter product. So there were some clinical trials there, and that's why the FDA actually approved Epidiolex. Other than that, you really need to go to other countries in order to see the research that's been done where hemp has been legal. So we're just starting to see those studies. The thing is, people are using it anyway. Like I said, there are at least 10 million people out there right now using CBD. And there's no question that I would say to people, ask your doctor, talk to your doctor. Don't be using this without your doctor knowing, because we don't know today whether or not using CBD affects other medications that you might be taking. I can tell you from a personal, because I use CBD and I use quite a bit of it. I use it morning, often, sometimes I take CBD with melatonin at night. The blood pressure medicine that I'm taking, I've lowered, so my blood pressure has gotten better. Whether that has anything to do with the CBD that I've taken, I don't know, but it's why it's important that you're getting monitored by a doctor, so that if you are taking any CBD, it might have an impact on, you might be more relaxed, you might have lower blood pressure.
Is it really fair to assume that most doctors know what they're talking about regarding this, or are they just in the dark as the rest of us?
It's a really good question. So I was recently at my own doctor, and I was talking to her about the CBD, and she turned to me and she goes, I should be sending my patients to you, because I would say that is a big issue right now, Stuart, that the doctors don't know a lot more, but there are some out there that have really studied what is going on, studied what the research in other locations. And so there are some doctors out there, you can find some, they're few and far between, who really understand and who really believe in the CBD market.
And for the last couple of minutes here, if you could tell us something about your products and what they're like and what kind of things they do, and the price range idea.
So the products that we have range from a tincture, which is a liquid form that is used under your tongue, and we call it a sublingual product that is through the veins underneath your tongue, is absorbed into your system. We also have gel caps that are really easy to take, that have a very specific amount of CBD in them. We also have pet products. The pet market is one of the largest growing markets for CBD. And so we have pet chews as well as a pet oil that many people, we're seeing a lot of repeat purchase on the dog side. So I've used it on my own dog, and it's amazing what a difference it's made for his separation anxiety. So I know it's not a placebo effect on him. And we're always looking and talking to our customers about what other products we'll be coming out with. So we have a pain cream coming out. We have several topicals. Some people are more comfortable starting with a topical and not something that you ingest. Yes, creams. And our biggest selling product is the muscle salve that we have. Yeah. Yep. So often people will start with the topical and then go, oh my God, this is really working. And then that moves them into a more comfort factor with taking something that's ingestible.
Thank you very much, Pat. This has been very interesting. Everybody should take a look at Olina Life and see what they have to offer and talk to your doctor. Thanks for joining us.